Hello and welcome to the IMBA Cup. This is the loser's bracket where we got Tag Rock and Zock, two very good players, playing for a chance to play Lucian, I believe. Yes, Lucian. Of course, we saw Lucian and Uber on this map. Turned out to be a pretty crazy game, but let's see if these players learned anything from this. And so far, we're seeing a factory from Zock. A nail factory, and Rock looks like he's planning on reclaiming it. Yep, so that's exactly what he's going to do. He's just going to take that mass. See an engineer started for Zock. It's probably going to be reclaimed as well. So that's one argument for not building a factory first, because the other player will just pick up the mass. Of course, now the big difference between these two players, how close they are to the shore. And you can see nice chunks of mass for Rock. But one unit for Zock, he's making a lot of mass with the mass extractor. He's going to try to rebuild this factory, but already throw away about 250 mass, I believe. That's the price of the naval factory. Now Rock is gonna use a really nice upgrade for UEF, is the drone. It's the flying engineer. The UEF actually get a flying engineer like back in the days in Total Annihilation. The only faction that can do that. And Zock rebuilds his naval factory. Is gonna start making more engineers. Let's see what happens. No more. Basically, a very crazy start. This is not the standard things you'll see in Forged Alliance, but Zock able to get a factory and an engineer. Not making any more. Now he's starting another engineer. He must have a bit of eco problems at this point, giving away so much to Rock. You can see now Rock has a drone. He's going to go to the side, gonna get a factory. Be very crucial to get a factory for Rock. See Zock reclaiming some rocks, running low on mass, trying to get a P-gen. And Rock is going to find this factory, so a bit of luck for Rock, and pretty unlucky for Zock that he's going to get yet another factory reclaimed. Big mass donations, but an engineer has escaped and is going to establish a base. So both players have NGs, land NG and a drone, and 2 reclaims for Rock so far now. Zock is getting some more P-gens. He's still working on his seconds. He got 2 mass extractors. Now Rock is walking over. He's thinking about establishing a base here, and if actually Rock shows up here and kills this engineer, he'll be in very good shape. Zock does have a bit of an advantage making these mass extractors, but Rock is going to have 2 different bases. But this drone looks like he's going to finish this factory. But now looks like Rock has changed his mind. He has no radars. He had no way of knowing the engineer was there, and perhaps he was just looking for the ACU. He didn't see the ACU building anything there, so he decided that Zock would have to be in this base. Remember, the factory was here, so Zock would have to be in one of these bases. And now Rock has found Zock. He's going to try to kill all the power. And this is a really important P-gen here for Zock. It's a little out of the way. Now 2 kills for Rock, and Rock actually finds the other P-gen as well. This is always a nice move. Zock gets in the way of the ACU, of the shots, but unable to save the P-gen. Have this engineer, actually has 2 more P-gens here. Should be able to get that factory finished. And an engineer making a factory is going to take 40 power, which is exactly what Zock is producing. Rock is going to help himself to a few more mass extractors. So far Rock has just been reclaiming all game. And now in terms of base construction, definitely an advantage for Rock. He's established a base. He's got some mech marines running around the map looking for any engineers. Got a drone, a couple engineers, and actually has some artillery. Looks like Zock has now decided to push down. He's abandoned this base, and this is probably a good move for Zock. He does not want the fight to go into his early base, so he's going to try to push away, keep Rock's ACU away. It's a sneaky arty here. Probably take out this mass extractors. The mech marines are making their way all the way around. Haven't found anything so far, but they're going to find that base. This is a bit unfortunate for Rock. Actually, point defense was started here. Rock has completed the hydro. An engineer trying to escape won't be able to do so. and the Hydra is going to be destroyed. So pretty ridiculous game so far. And now the point defense that has been started by the engineers, Rock thinking about completing it. And elsewhere the Mech Marines have found Zock's base. He's going to try to get a point defense finished. And it looks like he will be able to do so, and that's going to be huge. This is going to be a very important base. So what we're now seeing is Zock disturbing Rock's early base. The drone has escaped. He's going to try to establish another factory, but as it stands now, big advantage for Zock. He's got tanks, factory, a Hydra, a huge amount of power. He and yet another factory, but this 3 kills for this Arty. See how much he can do. There's definitely tanks here, so they'll be able to counter the artillery. Escaped engineer here for Rock. He's going to try to start another base, but Zock absolutely demolishing Rock's base. He's still got a factory, but in terms of mass extractors and PGens, huge problems for Rock. There's always mass to reclaim here, but only a single PGen left for Rock. This Hydra was really nice when it was. Now Zock's ACU is going to continue to roll. Both ACUs quite low on power, quite low on health. Zock is going to find this new factory, escaping engineers once again for Rock, and this is going to be a good base. Zock is beginning to run away with it. He's got units moving in different directions. This factory is not going to be finished. So really all that Rock has is a single factory, no PGens whatsoever. And as soon as Zock finishes this one off, he's actually going to capture it, which is not a nice thing to do. Is he going to capture this? No, he's just going to reclaim this factory. A few escaping engineers, but there's tanks for Zock should be able to take care of these. So Rock pretty much without a base. So if we look back to the beginning, it was that engineer that Zock was able to produce out of the naval factory that was able to establish his base, and Rock's ACU was so close to killing it, but instead, when he didn't see any mass extractors, turned and found Zock's ACU. If he went a little further, killed off the engineer, it would have been a very different game. It would have been Rock together with the drone against the Zock single ACU. And now we are seeing Zock establishing a naval factory to get some submarines. If this Hydra is finished for Rock, he might have a chance, but Zock can always turn around and kill that off. And the Rock now moving in. We got to remember there is a point defense here, so it'll be very difficult for Rock's ACU to do anything. Another point defense started. Won't be finished. Total of 13 kills for Rock. And Zock probably thinking about running back. Zock should be able to take care of this base, and then Rock will be all alone with his ACU. Gotta go after power if you're Rock. Now 17 kills. Yet another point defense. Maybe Rock can take out. Oh, there's some artillery for Rock. That's that hidden Arty from the very beginning. Still alive, but will finally be taken care of. In the middle looks like a Engie fight that Zock was able to win. Zock making his way back to Rock's base. Rock able to get a point defense, but Zock with more than half its health should be able to take care of this problem. So both players destroying each other's bases, but just way too much stuff to destroy now. The drone is still alive. Not clear what it's doing. Is it capturing? It's trying to capture some power generators. It's always nice. It'd be nice to reclaim that engineer or capture that engineer. Rock going after the power generators. 30 kills for Rock. Zock going through the mountains, respecting the point defense. We see another land factory now for Rock. This has been all guerrilla warfare throughout this game, but in terms of map control, huge for Zock. He's got units on every single base and in the middle. He's going to have a navy. Rock has basically got his drone and this factory that's soon to be dead. Multiple point defenses now, but does Zock have some artillery here? No, just tanks. That's unfortunate for Zock. But here comes some Arty that Zock was able to sneak in past the ACU. That's gonna put an end to this base. Third factory now for rock. With Zock with multiple bases. And now Rock, realizing he's basically got no chance, throws in the towel after 20 minutes. So another crazy game, and Rock is out of the tourney. So both Uber and Rock die on this map, and Zock and Lushan move on, but it's going to be an extremely good fight. The top two players on the ranking, Zock and Lushan, coming up next.